Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What up, y'all? Y'all know what the fuck it is.
Yes, sir.
Trey, Reg, Unapologetic. Sorry we didn't put nothing out last week, but I know life happens. It is what it is. I'm not sorry for it, but I did say sorry because I'm unapologetic. Dre's unapologetic, but it is what it is. Y'all know life happens, so it is what it is. But when we come out, we're going to deliver. So y'all know what it is. But I do want to thank y'all and tell you I love y'all and thank y'all for the support. I don't know where that shit came from. I happened to get a update. I looked and it said our last episode, that shit did 175 views in less than 4 or 5 days. And I said, you know what? I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if they're hashtags or whatever else, but whoever watched that shit, thank y'all. But appreciate subscribe, support, all that other good shit. Like the numbers is good, but we want the subscribers too.
Yeah,
because y'all need to push us to the next level. You know what I'm saying? We doing this as of right now. Like we doing this shit off the love of what we like to do. We fuck around. Me and Dre text each other weekly, all day, maybe. Yep. Anything that's happening. And we just talk shit, just like we do on the podcast.
Yeah.
Some shit happened, a new signing, some shit happened. This is what we do. So we get on the mic and we talk about that shit. So like, share, subscribe, because we don't say that for nothing. But if you don't, you don't. But if you do, we definitely appreciate you. And we would love for everybody that fuck with us to like, share, subscribe, because that put us in another stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? We got the following, we got the love, we got the support, but you know, on the views, but on this like, share, subscribe side, we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's enough motherfuckers that watch us and care for us and love us, but when it comes to subscribing and everything else, it's dry. So it is what it is. But I mean, either way it go, if you don't, you don't. You want to remain anonymous, all the other shit. I mean, I can't hold you for that, but I would appreciate if, well, not just me and Dre would appreciate if you like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, you don't.
We're gonna make it to the top regardless. So.
Absolutely. Look, listen. This is a impromptu podcast. Like we said, we didn't give y'all none last week. I'm a little faded. Dre's about to get there. So. Anything we talk about is kind of scripted, but non-scripted. And when I say scripted, it's just topics that we had. It might be a little old shit mixed with new shit, but it is what it is. But we just gonna talk like we regularly talk when we do anytime. So fuck it. My nigga, what's good with you?
Man.
You know what? Hold on. Let me give us a little applause. Because we deserve it. We deserve it all off of a week that we just, you know what I'm saying, 170 plus views off of 5 weeks. Well, I'm sorry, 5 days. So it is what it is. We deserve that shit.
Only way is up, dog.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I've been chilling, bro. Had a kind of a rough week last week, just with work and all that, man. Playing toy soldier and all that. You know how it goes sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I did that all week, man. Other than that, cuz I just been bullshitting around, man. Work, home, taking care of little man, preparing for my princess to get here, dog. Watching these ball games, been entertained by these ball games, which we will get into here shortly.
Yes, but indeed.
Been all right for me, dog. What about you? What's up with you?
I'm good. Baby girl went to senior prom last week. Got a bunch of pictures, beautiful pictures. I'm debating on if I want to post it, because just like you, I'm when it comes to family and shit close to me, I'm kind of private with. I post a lot of shit, but when it comes to family and all the other shit, I'm private with. I don't post a lot of the other shit, but I'm probably gonna post something sometime soon. But yeah, my baby girl, the little one, which ain't so little no more, which is just mind blowing in itself. 18, about to go to college in 2 months. She did a senior prom. Had a great time. Got some beautiful pictures, and it's just like one of those like mind blowing things when you just look at it and you're like, damn, like now we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Wow. Like, I remember when I was feeding this girl Gerbers out the little glass bottle with the spoon, and just, you know what I'm saying? So like, man, and even though it's my second time around, it's just like every time it seems like it's a new experience.
Right.
So, yeah. But for me, absolutely, definitely, it's my last one. It's my last. It's never like she is it. So it ain't no. But and if y'all like check past episodes, y'all got to go back to like episode 10 or 8 on that shit or whatever. But yeah, it ain't like she is it. Like, so just dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? And I know like 16, 17 years, like you're gonna be going through with that with Adonis, and like, yo, I can only imagine how that shit's gonna be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because even with that, like when you look on social media, like prom is different from how we did prom and went to prom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you may have went to your mom, you know what I'm saying? You may have went to your prom and your mom's like, here go the keys. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's what happened.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, your mom like, here go the keys to the car. These days, kids is like, do you think we can rent a Maybach?
Man, if I had a dollar for
G-Wagon.
Yo, if I had a dollar for every Cullinan and like you said, Maybach and Tesla, bro, I'd be rich right now. I was, they showing all of it on online or whatnot, man.
Imagine that.
One motherfucker. I saw one motherfucker. They had this shit spread out like they was going to the motherfucking BET Awards, dog.
Nigga, this shit look
and everything.
This shit look better than marriages, than when motherfuckers get married. So and so the thing for me is like, my baby girl, she's simple. Like, she don't care about all that shit, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just wanted her makeup to look nice, dress to look nice, all that other stuff. Like, she wasn't worried about what she rolled to the prom in, what she left in, wherever. So I got you.
Shania is a good girl, man. Mm-hmm. And not only that, she's naturally pretty, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, that'd be the. I'm not gonna say what it. I don't want to offend anyone, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes,
she doesn't need all that.
Right. And you know what? The funny thing that you say that, and no disrespect to my baby girl, which is my first passion, and everything else, because people don't like realize, like, a lot of motherfuckers not like don't want to admit the shit or whatever, but to me, Shania was one of the prettiest babies I've ever seen in my life. Like, when I look back at these pictures, and I'm like, damn, like this is a, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at babies, you be like, okay, yeah. And it's when it's your baby, it's a difference. Because I see motherfuckers post shit, they be like, oh, my baby, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, I don't know. But, listen, we got the liquor in us, so we gonna keep it real.
I get what you're saying.
But, and listen, Passion was a pretty baby. She was a pretty baby. But when I keep it real, like, Shania was like, oh my God, like, that was like, she was a beautiful baby.
Yo, no bull side note.
Not saying that she looks better than Passion now, whatever else, but it is what it is.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Side note, Miss Rhonda used to tell me that, man. R.I.P. to Miss Rhonda, my partner. She used to tell me that. She said, man, I love all my grandbabies, and I got beautiful grandbabies. She said, she's right. And this lady don't curse, might say 2 or 3 cuss words a year. she used to be like, man, but that damn Adonis, oh my God.
So there we have it. You know what I'm saying? There we have it.
I get what you're saying.
Absolutely. So you know what? Shout out to Miss Rhonda. Shout out to Miss Rhonda. And the anniversary. Well, the year of her passing just passed. You know, it is. You know, but that was a gorgeous baby. And even like so when I talked to my dad, so my dad and my mom, I would have an older sister, but she passed away before I was born. SID, sudden infant syndrome or whatever. And everybody that I talked to on my family side, my mom's side, my dad's side, be like, that baby, like, I've never seen a baby as pretty as her, whatever. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom ain't have just her. She had me, my sister. My mom had 3 babies, but you know, her oldest passed away. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But they be like, listen, her name was Chandra. Chandra was the prettiest baby I've ever seen in my life. Blah, 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 blah. But you know, and I can't hate on it.
No, it's nothing to hate on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. It's nothing to hate on. But I'm just like, you know, but I feel that way about Shania. Shania, because when last time I was in Fayetteville, we was cleaning out the house a little more. We went through some books, you know, with pictures and everything, and I'm just like, I'm looking at, I'm like, my God, like this girl was a beautiful, and she's still a beautiful young lady to this day. But I'm like, this baby right here, damn.
No doubt.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man. But I mean, outside of that, because you asked me how I was doing, I'm good. Life is life. I just came off a vacation. Actually, the last podcast we recorded, I was in a remote location. I'm back at Unapologetic Studios,
already
headquarters or A+1 or whatever you want to call this shit. I don't know, but it is what it is. But you know, it is what it is. Life is good. I can't complain. Watching the NBA finals, talking to my nigga, talking to everybody else. You know, we just going through this. I'm enjoying life. That's it.
Good, man. I can tell.
Yeah,
I can tell. I'm happy for you, big dog.
I appreciate it, and I'm always happy for you.
Listen. I call names. People shall remain nameless, but a certain somebody caught a whiff of you being where you were, stateside, and I got a motherfucking novel. I got a fucking novel about it. It's all good. It's funny as shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they message you, so they ain't messaging me. So it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. So if they listen, it ain't that serious because they message you and not me. So it is what it is. You know what I'm on right now, because you know, me and you talked about some PCS deals that's coming. So you know what I'm on.
Major deals.
You know what I'm on.
Some blockbuster deals. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
It is what it is.
And guess what? You know what? Side note, we'll talk off air. I meant to. That's my fault. I'm being a bad friend because that popped up in my head. My tennis went up, and I meant to call you and talk to you about the shit, but obviously I've been tired of it. We'll talk offline because I need to know. We'll talk offline.
You know,
we talk offline.
Yeah, but no. So you and I know. Everything that's said don't have to be explained.
Right.
And don't have to be because you know because if I say it and you don't respond, I already know like it may hit you later.
Right.
You say something to me, it may hit me later. Like it don't like I already know what the fuck is going on with you. You know what the fuck is going on with me. So it don't matter. But all right, let's get to the sports. We're gonna get this shit out the way because I feel like I don't know. We're gonna get to sports though.
Down the motherfucking alarm. What we got on the docket today, brother?
Let's start with the Heat and the Celtics. He stole one. Well, I'm not gonna say they stole one because that was a convincing win. After 3 games, they got one.
Mm-hmm.
It was an inspired win. After that, so I honestly I don't know what to say about the first 2, but that third one looked bad.
It was ridiculous.
The third one looked bad, and I feel like the response in this 4th game was these niggas was embarrassed. They gave the game up. They was just out there to be out there. So game 4 is the response. To me, the true testament is what happens in game 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go back a little bit. I'll start with games 1 through 3. For me, I didn't see this shit coming, Reg. I did not see it coming. I did not. I mean, you know, I give the Heat all the credit, man. But let's just be real, dog. Who would have thought that they would beat up 3-0 on Boston? Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, now 3-1, but who would have thought they would have won up 3 games on Boston?
3-0 with fucking Caleb Martin that was in Charlotte that rode the fucking bench. Was Kaka.
PU.
And got plenty of playing time. Yo, look, I want to hear that shit. Like people's like, so I see these posts, people talking about, oh, J. Cole helped Caleb Martin get to Miami, blah, 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 blah. But the nigga got plenty of playtime in Charlotte. So it might be the people that are the people that you are involved with or you're around. But in Charlotte, no. Caleb Martin was not that nigga.
Him or his weak ass brother.
Yeah, him or his weak ass brother in Nevada, because every post I see now, they say Caleb Martin came from Nevada. The nigga is a Carolina boy. Let's stop it.
Ran out of state.
Let's stop it. He's a Carolina boy. It was a reason why he was not recruited by Duke, UNC, and then he fell to NC State.
And got ran up out of there too.
In Carolina is UNC, Big Brother, Duke, secondary, NC State, tertiary.
In the field after that.
Right, in the field. And he did not make it in NC State. It's the reason why, if these niggas, I hate that shit.
Well,
if these niggas do not make it,
let's not take away from the ACC schools.
We're not. But if these niggas do not make it at these top schools,
if you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. What we saying? If you know, you know. Period.
If these niggas don't make it at the top school, it's the reason why they go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Just like I can say the same shit about Reeves in LA, playing phenomenal, but what does he look like when you put him on Atlanta?
We about to see. Because he gonna go get his money.
Or you put him in Charlotte. And he say, I want this bag because Charlotte, Atlanta, Orlando, Indiana, Houston got this bag for me that LA can't offer. They can't match.
Well, he gonna go get the bag because it's the business. He gonna go get the money.
You have to.
We're gonna see what he made of. We're gonna see what he made of. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. We'll get to that later because we're gonna talk about the Lakers. But yeah. Outside of that, Miami's doing their thing.
Yeah. I did not see it coming. Man, Jimmy Buckets, playoff Jimmy, whatever you want to call him, Jimmy the Cricket, I don't give a fuck. Hey, this motherfucker is possessed, man. You hear me? This motherfucker is possessed. You could put.
Let me ask you this question.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen another player in the NBA, and not saying Jimmy sandbags it in the regular season, But have you ever seen another player in the NBA that switches gears like Jimmy does from regular season to playoff?
I don't think so.
Me neither. I cannot say that. Like and like I said, I'm not gonna say he sandbags it in the regular season because he does what he does in the regular season. But
No.
the nigga, like nobody can tell us that he is not the same player in the regular season in the playoffs. I've never seen that. Never.
Bro, yeah, the way he puts his team on his back, bro, game in and game out, like the motherfucker does not have an off switch. Once he turns it on, it's on, and that's just what it is, dog. Like the things that he's doing, and here's the crazy part about it. It's like this motherfucker don't get tired, man.
And it's better than some of the greats.
The runs that he have, considering with the players that he have, against the competition that he's going up against, like they are dominating a damn good Celtics team. A damn good. Well,
No. You're right. A damn good. You are right.
Okay.
Because from
talented.
From 1 to 9, 1 to 8, 1 to 9. That's a damn good. No.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to use the term team loosely. That's all. Because right now they're not playing like a team.
But yeah, because you can't. But even with that, like you can't name another team in the NBA from 1 to 9, 1 to 8, 9, or 10 that had the roster. It's hard. It's hard. Because even when you go from 5, when you go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're like, these motherfuckers were starters on any other team they came from. It might be a starter on another team right now.
And besides Lowry and Bam, bro, these majority of the rest of the niggas are from the YMCA, dog. Let's just call it
caca. Them niggas is caca. But like Jaylen Brown said, we should be able to contain them right now, but they are playing out of this world. Gabe Vincent.
Who?
Yeah, right. Matt Strauss. Caleb Martin.
Let me tell you something. Strauss, I just read up on his story a couple of days ago. Wow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, are you serious?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But here's the thing, and it's something that I've been saying that I've been feeling for quite some time, man. That 1-2 combo that they have up there in Boston is not gonna last. It's not. I think that Tatum is. Hear me out, and viewers, before you kill me off, just hear me out. I think Tatum has the more Kobe-esque to him,
right?
Where he's going to have to be undoubtedly the best player on his team.
Yeah,
I think
he can see.
Not even an inkling. Like Jaylen Brown gives him a run for his money.
Okay,
Tatum is just more marketable.
I think he can succeed, but I think him and Jaylen Brown can work, but I think they need to find that next guy behind them. And I think Marcus Brown becomes the outlier. He is the guy they need to get rid of. So we need to find somebody else like Draymond Green.
Smart? You talking about Marcus Smart?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Marcus Smart. Yeah. We need to find somebody like not Draymond Green, but somebody like Draymond Green that can do, because Marcus Smart, for what it's worth, he is He still wants to play offense. Draymond Green don't care about offense. Draymond Green wants to shut down whoever he's guarding. He wants to rebound, and he wants to make sure Steph is successful and Clay is successful. Marcus Smart, I'm not saying he wants his numbers, but he still wants to get off and have a part in what is, you know what I'm saying, the offensive role of what happens, and you know what I'm saying, making sure everything is good.
Okay.
Let's still talk. I'm grabbing something. You good?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. I think I'll have to agree with you. Marcus Smart is, he does stick out like a sore thumb as far as on that team, man. Like, he tries to be gritty and tries to be all messy and stuff like that. But I'm gonna stick with what I said, man. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I just don't believe that you can win a championship with those two players on your team. Both of them can shoot. Both of them. I mean, they're the same type player. One's just taller than the other, in my opinion. And when you have to take a back seat to somebody that has the same type of game as you, I think that's rough. I think at the end of the day that Tatum, ultimately, like I said before, Tatum is definitely Kobe-esque in that it has to be him, and then it has to be a team built specifically around him and the skills and the traits that he has, man. Whether or not they do that, I don't know. The Celtics have a lot of answers, or a lot of questions to be answered in this upcoming off season, bro. And to be quite honest with you, Tatum's gonna be there. I think Tatum just got his money, if I'm not mistaken. You look at Marcus Smart. I guess he got a couple hours. And then Jaylen Brown, I don't know if, I think he can opt out or whatever, the 5th year, his option. I'm not sure. I have to look it up, but I think Jaylen Brown's out of there, dog. I do. I think he's out of there, and I think he knows that it's time for him to go. I think that, maybe the killing instinct that he has in him, I think that he's kind of caged, man, playing beside Jason Tatum. I do. I think he's caged.
I'm with you, but I think that's a big mistake, because I think if he goes to a team to where he is the alpha dog, he's the man, it don't work. I'm not sold.
Okay.
And like I said, as much as I like Marcus Smart and what he brings, I just think like I'm saying, and that's why I use the Clay and Steph reference. Draymond does what is needed outside of them. You know what I'm saying? Everything dirty. He don't let the score. If they leave him open, he's wide open, then he'll shoot. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Smart looks for offense too.
I understand.
When you had Jordan and Pippen, of course Jordan was the offensive guy. They looking for him to score. Pippen is 2. Rodman was the dirty guy. I'm going to defend. I'm going to rebound. I'm going to hustle.
I'm going to play the psychological game.
Absolutely. And the psychological game. That's the biggest point.
Yeah.
So if I think if Marcus Smart can embrace that role, it'll be a different story. But
you're saying if he embraces it wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, wholeheartedly. Yes. I think the Celtics can be more they can do a lot better than what they are. But even with the latest rumors that's coming out, they really don't like each other outside of playing the game. You know what I'm saying? They get along. playing basketball inside the lines, but when it's outside of that, it ain't like a whole lot of friendship. Then I mean, I think that plays a lot into it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say, you know what I'm saying? For us to succeed, I have to like you. But I do think that can probably play a lot into it too. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with you off the court, but on the court, we can gel. I don't honestly, I don't think the two mix. We seen that in Carolina. We just seen that in Carolina. And even though that's on a smaller scale with RJ and Caleb,
Okay.
we just seen that on a smaller scale. I just like, you know what I'm saying? And when those recent reports came out, I'm just like, that might explain a lot from how the Celtics look. You know what I'm saying? They cool, but they not really cool. Not saying everybody got to be friends and kumbaya, but in order for me and you to do this podcast and put out a good episode, if I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just doing this podcast because we started it and people looking for it weekly. Dre's my, you know what I'm saying, Dre, me and Dre cool, but we ain't as cool as we was when we started this shit. The relationships that, you know what I'm saying, how me and you got cool with each other, the relationships is not as strong as it was then. So we just, you know what I'm saying, like, but I don't think, you know, we can vibe as well as we do if we held it that way. You know what I'm saying? Outside of everything that happened, you know what I'm saying, as far as in, like, I'm still cool with Party X and Party X. You know what I'm saying? We have a relationship. I send, you know, Mother's Day texts, happy birthday texts, whatever else, how you doing, all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of that, me and you are still cool. We still fuck with each other.
All right.
So,
listen, man. I think that whether they are cool off the court or not, right? Whatever the case may be, like as long as there's no, you don't have to be necessarily up nobody's ass. You know, like that has nothing to do with what's going on the court. Now, when you talk about Carolina, that was a dispute between some kids. These are these are professionals, and you know, like at the end of the day, some, you know, it's hard to do what Joker and
Jamal
Murray is doing. It's hard. That's hard. It's hard to be like, okay, it's your turn. Now it's my turn. Or it's your turn. It's hard. It's hard because there's egos involved. You got hot streaks. You got cold streaks. It's hard. That's it's a tough task, man.
Let me ask you a question though. If you hot, you know, in the streets, like you the nigga, bitches fuck with you, and you can look across from you and you was like, you know, Reggie the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then what's the difference? Because you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the nigga. I'm this nigga, but people are celebrating this or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? But if so, let's just say you the nigga, and then you look across and you like people saying like, oh, I'm important, but this nigga right here is just important as me, and he should be celebrated. I'm holding him back.
Well,
you got two scenarios.
I'm just one person. So me, I think a united front is better than anything, right? But again, it's about hot streaks. Everybody, and it's about hot streaks and it's about egos. Because while if we both were out and about, and we getting off topic, but since you used that analogy, if we out and about, I can understand if it's not my night. I'm okay with that.
Right, yeah.
But everybody's not like that.
Right. And we have different egos than the millionaire niggas too.
That's what I'm saying. So when it boils down to it, like I don't know. Like Jaylen Brown, he takes the high road and shit. You know what I mean? But we don't know what he really thinks. And again, when it boils down to it, whether it's your opinion, it's my opinion on whether or not he can be the alpha dog. Who knows? We don't know until it happens. But at the same time, he doesn't know until he tries it.
Right. And you know what?
All he knows is that I'm playing second fiddle to this nigga.
Right. Yeah. And so when you said that, because it's hard to differentiate the two, because we not in those shoes. Because if you in the club and everybody is around, everything is about Dre, right? And then another nigga that walk in the club that might be on your level, maybe a little under, maybe a little older. He buying little bottles, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't know what the fuck going on here, but I ain't saying nothing about Siri, but hopefully we won't get flagged about that shit. But even with that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be inclined to say, you know what? This nigga got the ladies come out with the bottles. You know what? My bag deep too. You know what?
I'm never gonna do that.
You're never gonna do that, but it's niggas out here that might be like that though. You know what? This nigga done bought 3 bottles out with 3 bottle girls. Let me get 5 bottles with 5 bottle girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So
all I'm saying is this, though. Again, I think that that relationship or that dynamic duo is coming to an end, and I think that the Celtics are going to be forced to make a choice, because either you keep them together and you keep on getting to a certain point and then you plummet, or you use Jaylen Brown, because you're not going to trade Jason Tatum.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not.
You use Jaylen Brown.
You're a motherfucking fool.
As trade bait to get some pieces. It's that simple. But we can move on to them. They're getting their ass kicked. They're going home. They're going fishing soon. Lakers and the Nuggets. What's your take?
That's my nigga got me out there quick. Hold on. Oh.
Hey, it ain't too much to say about them, man. They getting their ass whipped, dog. They getting their ass whipped.
The Celtics are. I'm with you. I can't trade Tatum. Brown is an option. But I think once you start shopping Brown, you can't repair that relationship. If I can get if I can replace Brown with two good guys, I'm good. On to the Lakers and the Celtics. Lakers and the Nuggets. Game one, I had a different opinion than everybody else. Everybody else told me, or what I read online, is the Lakers figured it out. Hachimura, blah, 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 blah. I said, you know what? Okay, that sounds great. But guess what? We are looking at it from one side. You don't think the Nuggets said, you know what? Hey, this motherfucker's played the big joker early. And I still got this little joker, this ace, and this deuce for those that play spades. The big joker came out early, so guess what? Everything else after that runs the board. And that's how I felt. Yeah, they did good, but Hachimura for 6, 7, 8 possessions. But I felt like the Denver Nuggets was going to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
If you show me your hand and show me what you're going to play early, in the next game you come in, I've already got a game plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked at the reports and them niggas said, you know what? We played the Timberwolves. And they did the same thing with us. They took Cat off of Joker and put whoever else on him. When we played such and such, they did the same thing. You just caught us off guard this game. Like, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The sweep, I didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Joker and Jamal Murray out played phenomenal. I know me and you was texting. Whoever told you Jamal Murray wasn't gonna be that nigga, I don't know what the fuck he thought he was talking about or who he was talking about. I don't know. Maybe he was talking about another Murray like Tracy Murray, Eddie Murray, John Murray. he wasn't talking about Jamal Murray. But I think Denver had an answer for everything that the Lakers threw out there. And their role players, when it was needed, they came out to play.
Agreed.
I don't want to dogpile on AD, but AD is me and you've talked about AD so much. Like I don't like I know who AD is and what he does, but I just don't understand the infatuation about Anthony Davis.
Because of the flashes.
I don't like
the fact that's what
me and you have had conversations about him for years.
Yes.
And he has not proved you or me wrong on any of the conversations we have.
You're not going to win with AD being your best player.
Not at all. So it is what it is. LeBron, he looked old at times, but when he needed to be LeBron, he was LeBron. Outside of when, the last, the fourth quarters of games when he needed to close out because he did so much in previous games. And I'm gonna get all my shit out the way so you can talk. The whole talk about him retiring or maybe retiring, I don't feed into that shit because why? Because what does LeBron look like retiring and not having Coach K, Michael Jordan, whoever else, Dwayne Wade type of exit? Every time you go into a stadium, it's your last game there. They got to celebrate you, give you jerseys and retire. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't buy into that shit. I don't play in that shit. The Nuggets was a better team.
Yep.
From top to bottom.
Yep.
AD is not who y'all keep telling us who the fuck he is.
Agreed.
D'Angelo Russell is not. And like, let's stop it. I'm glad he didn't come to Carolina. We won a championship in that year. Austin Reeves, he's a spark. Take him off a LeBron team, it might look different. Hachimura, I'm not sold. I saw what he did in I saw what he did in Gonzaga. I saw what he did in the championship game against Carolina. It is what it is. Denver was a better team all around. I expected more from Michael Porter Jr., but I didn't get that. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But with them in the Heat, I got Denver in 6. If the Heat, which I'm expecting the Heat to go there, I got Denver in 6.
So for me in the sweep, no, I did not expect the sweep. I did expect for Denver to win.
A gentleman sweep, maybe.
I
That's what I
definitely,
thought.
okay, a gentleman sweep. All right, I thought it might have even went 4-2.
Worst case scenario for me.
Yeah, I thought it might even went 4-2. It showed me a few things. It showed me one. I'll echo what you just said about AD. You know, I was in agreement with AD and him not being what people want him to be. Right? It's just this pure dominant player. Of course, in the first round, when you have nobody near his size that can get with him, of course he's gonna dominate. Right? But when it's someone his size and anyone up against, I don't know, arguably the best player in the NBA, he got cooked. He did his thing offensively, got cooked defensively.
Right.
Right. It is what it is. And at times he didn't show up while Joker showed up every game. I think yeah, they put Hachimura on, on Joker at times, and we saw what happened.
Flashes, right.
Yeah. This Laker team, I didn't expect much from them coming into the season.
They overachieved.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't expect much. I definitely didn't expect, like, you have a 38-year-old ball player that's on your team. That is he, a GOAT? Yes, he is. But again, the team should have been able to go through AD, and for whatever reason, whether it be LeBron, whether it be coaching, whether it be for whatever reason it was, it did not happen that way. Right?
But let me stop you real quick. If you are the coach, whatever, how do you feel about your team going through AD? Your team needing AD to succeed or take you to the next level.
How do I feel about that?
Yeah. Are you comfortable with that?
Based on what he's shown, I'm willing to give it a shot. Shit.
Okay. All right. And yeah.
I'm willing to give it a fucking shot as a coach.
Okay. And the reason why I asked you that, because you're a Hornets guy. I would be a Hornets guy by default because I want to see the home team succeed and win. We'll talk about the draft a little later. Every time the Hornets got the number 2 draft pick, the number 1 picks before the Hornets was Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and now, of course, it's going to be Victor Wembanyama. How do you feel about the Hornets leading your franchise? Well, I'm sorry, Anthony Davis leading your franchise into the next, to the next generation.
How would I feel? How would I feel about him?
Yeah, it is
not knowing what I know now.
Well,
that's a hard question, bro.
Yeah, that's hard. We ain't gonna dog pile on Anthony Davis. Let's go back to where you was at. We ain't gonna dog.
So again, man, like the Lakers got some questions that you been answered. Also, I'm with you. I don't believe that for 1 second that LeBron is even thinking about walking away. These sports figures, man, they're fucking divas, and they want, they want their fucking the spotlight, and they want all this type of shit. Like it drives them, man. They feed off the shit. LeBron is no different, bro. I don't give a fuck what.
Yeah. Imagine him not having a farewell tour. One of the greatest, top 3, unarguably, not having a farewell tour. Are you kidding me?
So they got their ass kicked. It is what it is. You said Nuggets in 6?
Yeah, 5, 6 at the most.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that. 6 at the most. Moving on, man. What you think about this whole ordeal with Ja Morant, man?
You know, I texted Cherie earlier, because her son is I don't know where it came from, how it came from, but he's a big Ja Morant fan.
Well, you should. Well, it don't take much. You should.
Well,
It's simple. It's
yeah,
very simple as to why he fucks with Ja Morant.
yeah, because so I say that because he is not like he doesn't watch basketball like that, and even she was like she didn't know who the fuck Ja Morant was really, and she was like, well. I don't even know how, you know what I'm saying? But then when she talked to him, she was like, oh, I seen him on YouTube. I saw his sister. His sister's beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And we was like, okay, well, let me see what you're talking about. And he pulled up his sister and we were outside of his sister anyway, whatever. But so when I saw the text messages earlier, I was like, that shit is weird. Like, what the fuck does he mean? Like, bye. And that was the end of it. Like, I just didn't think nothing much more about it. But then I saw an update that said like they did a wellness check on him. And I'm like, well, that makes sense because when you post a picture of your mother, your father, your daughter, and you say bye, I would hope that if I did that same shit, that niggas would be checking up on me.
Well, let's backtrack for a moment because I don't think we even discussed. We haven't had an opportunity to discuss.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've been off a week, but yeah.
Right. So let's talk about that first. For those who don't know, Ja Morant, earlier in the year, it was a video out of him in a strip club with a weapon, showing a weapon, flashing a weapon. He went to quote unquote therapy. He sought out help. He got suspended through the year, got fined. It is what it is, right? So, he's saying that he wanted to clean up his image. However, a week or so after they get put out of the playoffs, he's in a vehicle. He's listening to some music and be a young boy with who looks to be his homeboy, a friend, or whatever. And the minute that he is on the camera, he's flashing another weapon. Now we can go a few angles with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to touch. I want to touch a couple of them. One was it a bonehead play on his part? Yes. Was it a bonehead play on his friend? I don't know if his friend knew that shit was about to take place. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. Either way, I don't even understand how it gets on. Were they on live or something?
That was on live. I get what you're going. So I'll hold my mind on that one.
So I don't know about that. But here's my take on it. It was bonehead as fuck. I think that no matter what, I think that he being a young man, and I know that we had your partner on the show, and she was saying get a young man grace. I would love to hear what she had to say about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear what she says about this shit. But the other angle I'm gonna take is you know in the past week or so, past few days, been a lot of pictures on the internet with Chris Kaman involved. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of pictures, and not only that, it's also I've seen pictures when it came down to governors and shit that have their whole entire families holding rifles and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't condemned. It was swept under the rug. Kaman never got fined a fucking cent, right? When it comes down to, I forgot who the governor was or the representative was. I forgot
I
who it was.
know exactly what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, I forgot who it was, but
He posted Christmas cards. He sent out his Christmas cards. Him and his family. Yeah.
yeah, like right, but you know that lasted maybe a day or
Mm-hmm.
two. So again, I mean, Ja, is it fucked up that it's a double standard? Yes, but he has to know, man. Whomever's around him, like get these fucking yes men from around him, dog. Get them from around him.
Okay.
It's stupid as fuck. He made a. I don't know what the fuck this young man's thinking. But the bottom line is, somebody needs to get in his ear. Somebody needs to motherfucking, I don't know. Pops needs to wring his neck. I don't fucking know. Get him together, because he need to get his shit together, man. And that's all
Agreed.
I'm gonna say on it.
All right, so my take on it, I'll start with Chris Kaman.
Okay.
So the videos from Chris Kaman are from 03, 04, and 06. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
Different CBA.
Okay.
Different CBA, and Chris Kaman is not John. Chris Kaman is not John Morant.
Nope.
Chris Kaman was never going to be the face of the NBA.
Nope.
And if you even scratch the difference, the he was never going to be John Morant. It's a different CBA, so they are under different rules, policies, guidelines that
True.
Chris Kaman and whoever else was. Well, hell, we can even go to 2018. They was under different guidelines and policies, than anybody pre 2018 was under. The politicians, they are not employed by the Memphis Grizzlies, Chicago Bulls, Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics. It's so John Morant is he has to, once again, he's at the mercy of a CBA. The NBA is a private entity. Just like you now that you are in the United States Army, you can say like you can do a bunch of things you want to, but there are certain things that you cannot talk about on this podcast that I may be able to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think John Morant falls under that too, far as in the CBA. And I think when he signs that contract, he has to know that. Yes, certain states and even in Memphis there are gun laws. He can possess a gun, do whatever he wants to. But when you work for a private entity that says, "Hey, this image is blah 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 blah," you can't do that shit. Allen Iverson couldn't wear a do-rag and do this and do that when they signed that whole new deal under David Stern. Them niggas was in suits looking like Steve Harvey and everything. After you know what I'm saying? You remember that shit.
Yeah.
Because you remember them niggas used to have the baggy jeans, big shirts, do-rags, everything. Right. But then you remember when them niggas was in suits and everything. Like, it's like, so I think he has to realize that, and his people has a, hey, you signed this, like, is it wrong that I'm holding you to a different standard than I'm holding some politicians? Yeah, it might be, but guess what? This politician ain't employed by the Memphis Grizzlies or whoever else. This politician gets his money from here, or whatever else, and ain't nobody telling him that he can't hold this gun. And also, this politician or Chris Kaman is at a gun range in their apartment or whatever else, showing a gun that they just bought to just purpose. They ain't, and this is on a smaller scale. They're not riding around in a car, rapping and just waving guns for the fuck of it. And his homeboy, I wanted to blame his homeboy so bad, Dre. I
I
wanted
did
to
too at
blame his
first.
homeboy, but then when I looked at it, and his homeboy was holding the camera, they was doing what they do. He showed Ja. He came back to him. He showed Ja. He came back to him. Then he showed Ja again, and Ja had a gun, and the nigga like snatched the phone down, like you know what I'm saying, like it almost like he was protecting Ja, like damn, like you know what I'm saying. I was like this nigga's trying to protect Ja, you know what I'm saying. So I don't
The
know
way
if
he
he was,
flashed it, like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know if he was or not, but the first two times, like he put the camera on Ja, Ja ain't had no gun.
right.
And even if he wasn't trying to protect Ja, I think Ja has to know, like, nigga, I'm under, like, the eye is on me. These niggas is fucking with me. They're looking at everything I do. Why should I pull out a gun the next time? You know what I'm saying? In general, not even next time, but just period. So I felt like my man was trying to protect Ja, but at the same time, I think Ja got to be like, listen, y'all know the fuck going on. No social media, no none of this other shit. But you know, it's hard to tell anybody in that demographic that's younger than us to say, hey, let's not go live and show what the fuck we're doing. It's hard.
Yeah.
Outside of whatever else happened today, it was when it first came across my screen and I saw that he said, you know, he posted a picture of his mom, his dad, his baby girl, and he said goodbye. And it was like, this is a cryptic tweet, like what's going on with Ja? I'm like, that shit is weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But then like an hour, maybe 2 hours later, I saw a message that said the police was sent to their house to do a wellness check. He's okay. His message was saying that, basically saying that he's gonna leave social media. I'm like, I mean, okay, I get it, but that's you know what I'm saying, because I feel like if I posted a picture of my mom, my daughters, and something else that I loved, and I said bye, I feel like you and a couple of other people that I love,
Right.
would be concerned.
Right. Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's a red flag.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It is. I don't know what's going on with that young man as far as, you know, the cryptic tweet or whatever you want to call it, post, real, whatever you want to call it. I pray that he's okay.
Absolutely.
That he is again, man, I'm not gonna say seek the help that he needs, bro. You just gotta do some serious soul searching. That's what I
You
think.
got to. Yes.
You gotta do some serious soul searching. It's not up to do we sometimes need help from outside parties, yes. But you gotta look within first, though. You have to look within first, bro. And I hope he really does that, man. And shout out to Ja Morant, bro. Wish you well, man.
Right.
Wish you well. You got young boys out here, young girls, the youth.
Follow you at every step.
Man.
Your son might be one of them in a year or two.
Facts. And you just said it. Like, you know, Sharice's son don't even watch fucking basketball.
Right. Yeah, he only wants it and got a Ja Morant jersey. Just got one.
He know how to greet.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't because of Jet.
And I've sat there and listened to her ask him, like, hey, do you know what's going on with him? Like, far as in the public shit. And he's like, no. He don't know about the controversies, the gun shit, like none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to talk about Spencer Crawford real quick?
Sure.
So we can combine all of it because we don't want to be on it too long. Spencer Crawford, Haney and Lomo,
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you go. Spencer Crawford. It's coming up.
I don't know where to start, bro. I really don't. I don't. That the name is it. Hearing that name makes me cringe.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me cringe. Um, do I feel like justice is going to be served? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I think he was right for what he did?
Mm.
Because that's what you're asking me. I think that it's a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
I think that a crime was committed,
Right. Yeah. You're right.
regardless of what you thought. What did you tell me that what did you tell me that a couple of years ago? What did you tell me? You parked in a handicap park, and you said
Oh,
what did she say she was?
she said, I don't know, like public or something. Oh, that you talking about the motherfucker that followed me home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's filthy. It's disgusting. I saw that the man isn't remorseful for what he did. I don't get it, bro. I don't want to touch it. What's your take, man? I don't. What's your take, brother?
It's nasty. I don't I never think that we are ever going to get the fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how much evidence or proof there is that debunks the theory or ideas that whatever they have cooked up or whatever such and such says that don't have the proof to provide it.
Okay.
And that's the sad part is because you can have you, me, him, whoever else can have proof that says, hey, it ain't go that way. But if such and such says it went that way, it's still a debate. So I mean it to me it don't look good. Just far as in the optics and whatever you have to deal with it and far as in what was said.
What was said as far as what?
Far as just the whole situation. I don't know. It's not. I'm not gonna say I need a little more, but I won't put my foot in my mouth. I'll just say that I won't put my foot in my mouth.
Well, we can move on from it till we got more information.
Yeah. Haney Lomo. We just do this real quick. Haney Lomo. Lomachenko. Okay. Well, Haney and Lomachenko.
Haney and Lomachenko. Yeah. All right. This is what I'm going to talk about. I watched the fight. I watched it twice.
Okay.
I watched.
So you have a biased objection there since you watched it twice.
Yeah. Right.
I did the same thing. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Right. I'm pretty big when it comes down to boxing. You know what I mean? I follow it very, very closely. Nothing in that fight, as much as I would like Haney to be on the main stage and shit like that. Nothing in that fight, both times that I watched, told me that it was unanimous decision for Devin Haney.
Okay.
I think one of the scorecards was 116 to 112. That's nuts. That's fucking nuts. I feel like Lomachenko got robbed, man. I feel like they're pushing a narrative and they have an agenda as for pushing young up and coming, boxers. Lomachenko is, from Ukraine, obviously, and the story of him, putting down a box of gloves and putting up a weapon to defend his country and shit, right? At the end of the day, like, I don't know if propaganda had anything to do with it, but it looks like it did. Man, I tell you what, Haney lost that fight, dog. And if he didn't lose it, it was a draw.
So I'm with you. I'm gonna say there was nothing unanimous about it.
No.
I'm not gonna say Haney lost.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say Lomachenko lost, but it was not unanimous.
So we're gonna go with a draw.
I'm comfortable saying it was a draw.
I would have been okay with a draw.
I'm comfortable saying it was a draw. I don't think because I do think Haney did enough in the earlier bouts to the later bouts to say, okay, it's questionable. And I think Lomachenko did.
You're talking about rounds earlier.
Yeah, rounds. And I think Lomachenko did enough to counter that in the final rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 116 to 12 is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's nuts, bro.
That's crazy to me. I think everything else was leaning to that it's a draw.
I thought
even at the second time I watched it because I saw a bunch of I saw Papoose, I saw Fat Joe, 50 Cent, some other people's like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about boxing. It's about points, it's about this, it's about that. If y'all watch it again, Haney, blah, 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 points, da, 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 da. So I was like, you know what? Let me do myself justice and watch this again. And I got a little more, opinion on it, but nothing told me that Haney won clear out. Everything pointed to me said, hey, this is a draw. It needs to be fought again.
It's not going to happen.
It's not. Sadly.
It's not going to happen because Haney's camp is not going to put him back in the ring with that boy.
Mm-hmm. No.
Haney's camp is not going to put him back in the ring with Lomachenko.
They're looking for the next big paycheck, the biggest paycheck that they can get.
Yeah.
Of course we know what that is.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I don't believe Haney can beat Shakur Stevenson. I don't believe it. I don't think so. I don't. I think what as young as Shakur Stevenson is and whatnot, and I think Shakur Stevenson will give Haney work. I felt like that before the Lomachenko fight.
Mm-hmm.
I damn sure felt like it afterwards.
Yeah, Haney did not impress me at all.
No.
Moving forward, he didn't. I wasn't impressed. I think that's it for sports. So to moving on, I do want to give a RIP to Tina Turner,
yeah,
Jim Brown, and both of their families, loved ones, and everybody involved with them. Um, two African American icons. No matter what you want to say about Tina, no matter what you want to say and what you want to say and what you want to say, what you want to say about Jim Brown, because once his passing came along, I saw a whole bunch of bullshit involved with what happened with teenage women, young girls, whatever else that, I mean, we're not going to get into it, but I do want to give the condolences and recipes because they are two icons and legends in African American, whatever you want to put them in the category.
Right.
Tina Turner as recently as today, which for those that are listening to us, this is what's today, 24th? 24th.
Yes.
And Jim Brown was last week. We didn't give y'all the episode last week, but yeah.
Right.
These are two legends.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you want to expound on them.
I think,
but I don't think we really need to, because we know who Tina Turner was, and we know. Well, for those that don't know sports, for the ones that don't know sports, they didn't know who the fuck Jim Brown was.
Well, Jim Brown, man, on both sides, man, as far as an activist, man, for African Americans, man, especially in the civil rights movement. He was heavy in it, man. Man, stood on his own too. Stood his ground as far as what was owed to blacks across the world, man, not just America, but across the world. His to me, and me just knowing football, you can't mention great football players without mentioning Jim Brown. I'm not just talking about him playing running back. Right. I'm not. I'm talking about him as a football player. This motherfucker punted. Everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then as far as Tina Turner goes, man, I mean, shit, bro. Some of the greatest, artists, male and female, white, black, red, purple, green, blue, whatever you want to call it, looked at her and not even just the artist, but people as a whole, man, across the world, her being an icon, whether or not this generation knows about her or not, she is definitely a GOAT.
Yeah, her sound, dances, even in acting. Mad Max in the Thunderdome. What's Love Got to Do with it?
Right.
Like, we can go on.
So it's a major loss for the community. It's a major loss for the world, man. And shouts out to their families, man. Both, I'm sure there's grieving going on, and but one thing about it that I can say is that both of them, their work while here on Earth is untarnished, man.
Yeah. It is. I would love to say that, but like I said, like it's like I know Jim Brown. It's a lot of things that I'm willing to say I did not know about Jim Brown. As soon as he passed away, I saw people posting things about him raping teenage girls or having sexual relationship with teenage girls and all this other shit. And I'm just like, Jim Brown, like, as long as he's been alive, y'all didn't want to post this shit, say nothing about this, do whatever else. But as soon as he passed away, now all of a sudden y'all saying, I don't understand why y'all are celebrating him, because he is blah 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 and everything he's been accused of. If y'all are Kobe fans, y'all want to say the same thing, and I hate to bring Kobe in it, don't no strays, but he's been acquitted of. So if we want to live by the same premises, like let's do it all the way around.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. Let's stop destroying people's legacies and saying, oh, well, in 19, blah, 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 someone took them to court because they said XYZ, da, 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 da. But guess what? It was settled out of court. It was this, it was that. So there's doubt.
Bro, first of all, I didn't see none of that shit. I don't, obviously we follow different pages, different people. I didn't see any of that shit, and I'm not gonna waste time on any of that shit. Bottom line is, two people that are monstrous and monumental in our community, in the world, have passed within the past 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Fuck all the extra shit.
Yeah.
Let's not.
But the thing is, like, I said, you know what? Let me go and find out what. So I went, dug up the information, and yes, it's there. But like I said, it's settled out of court, acquitted, all this other shit. So I'm like, why are we even talking about it? But to move on, Envy Rozay. It's a little spicy.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. This is what I think. Like, so I thought it was all funny games, right? It was cool. It was what it was, but you know where I'm going with it. Backtrack. So for those who don't know, Rick Ross and DJ Envy, they both do a car show, right?
Well, this is Rick Ross' first one, right?
No, it's not his first one. This isn't his first one.
How many is it? Well, Envy has a longer track record. Okay.
Yeah. Envy has a longer track
by far. Yeah.
So DJ Envy, of the Breakfast Club, and Rick Ross, the rapper, they both have car shows, and Rick Ross in his own right is saying Envy can't fuck with him, and vice versa. Here's it's okay to poke fun or jab at people and shit like that.
Right.
The only problem that I have with this thing, man, is when Rick Ross, I feel like he's going below the belt, and he was mentioning this man's wife name, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Wife and kids.
Kids. Leave them out of it, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's going too far. As a man, you don't do that. And I guess the way I'm built, or the way I think about it, if I mention your old lady, if I mention your kids, bro, I won't. Yeah, it's all you. I need to see you. I'm trying to see you, and I'm trying to see you. I'm trying to see you hand to hand, 1-on-1. Shoot them up, bang, bang, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it. If I mention a man wife, if I mention a man kids, and that's where it gets a little sticky for me. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Envy came back, with the Officer Ricky stuff and all this and all that. But we're talking about a car show, and they're talking about who's for the culture versus who's trying to make money, this, that, and the third, or whatever. I saw about 30 to 45 minutes of, how this thing came about when Rick Ross is on Drink Champs. So I saw it earlier today, actually, because I really want to know where it stemmed from, and allegedly where it stemmed from. Rick Ross saying that he just wasn't on his level and shit like that, or maybe Envy felt like he was throwing shots at him at the time. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I don't know. But I feel
you think Nori like starts a lot of that shit?
Yes. Before you ask, before you finish it.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can go on.
Before you even finish.
All right.
Yes, he throws gasoline on fires. Yes, he does. Okay. Yes, he does. That's his job. That's what got him to where he is. Yeah, because people let him ask those questions because he's Noriega.
Okay.
They let him ask those questions. And what better way, what better platform to say whatever it is you want to say with some drink in your hand and blunts in the air?
Absolutely.
It's perfect for Nori. But yeah, it's getting a little messy, man. Talking about, Casey cleaning service and all that shit. Like, bro,
Yeah.
leave the man, wife and kids out of it, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Rozay, get the fuck out of here. Like, leave him out of it, dog. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that, you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep because what envy could really, it's well documented about some of the shit or some of the baggage that Rick Ross has, bro.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm with you on the same sense. Like, listen, we can do what we want to do. Go back and forth. We can joke. It can ha ha he.
Mm-hmm.
Even be more than that. But once you start dealing with the kids and the fuck the significant other. Once the kids are involved, nigga, the gloves is off. I don't give a fuck about none of this other shit. Like, I'm not. And envy is cool on that shit. Like, I'm not trying to do. Like, I'm really trying to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like, don't bring my kids into this. I felt like Rick Ross was out of bounds, and
yeah,
that was a little too far. Whatever you was trying to do, I don't know if it's for publicization or whatever else they're trying to do. But once that shit starts, like, it's a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel on that.
Facts.
We got a whole bunch of other shit from the other weeks that I don't know if you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about Chris Brown and Usher? We don't have to. If you,
yeah,
we
I don't even understand it. Nobody knows. Right?
It ain't no concrete evidence. Like news. Like we know what was said to happen, and then that's it.
Nah.
We'll wait.
More shit comes out about it. Yeah.
Jordan Neely, last time we talked, the guy, we're not even gonna say his name. He hasn't. Well, they wasn't even asking him to turn himself in, but since then he's turned himself in and bailed out. So that's that on that. Timbaland had a idea that he said he was going to create an AI thing to where newer rappers can have, let's just say he wanted to have a Biggie verse or a Tupac verse.
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either, man.
Because it's not authentic.
Yeah, I'm not buying into that, man. But this is where we're going. Artificial intelligence is the wave. It's the move. It's the next thing.
And he figure something out. I don't like it. And I don't like if Biggie's children can't benefit off of it because it's not authentically Biggie.
Right.
There was some Tiger Woods shit that came out. Whatever. Tiger don't claim us anyway, so I don't give a fuck. I mean, it is what it is. Israel Alexandria, his wife, his girlfriend said that she's basically suing him because she said, we haven't got married yet. We've been together for X amount of years, and I think I'm entitled to half of whatever he has.
Okay.
It ain't a lot. It ain't a lot to say for me. Fuck you, girl.
Listen, scram.
That's
scram like that. Like, come on, man. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. You are entitled to what? First of all, you didn't get any legal documentation because you couldn't.
What are we talking? Yeah, so what are we talking? Yeah.
It's over.
We're
playing traffic.
But listen, that lets you know how the game is changing.
No, it don't mean no.
Imagine what that's going to look like in 2 or 3 years. To where a woman is going to be like, you know what? Yeah, he was at the bottom. He had ambitions, but guess what? them ambitions came to fruition. And it ain't even new, but he's on the top. He got hit, whatever. I was there for the whole ride. So that I think she is the not the first, but she is one of the first of many that's gonna say that. This nigga wasn't nothing when I met him, quote unquote. Yeah, you might have been something, but guess what? You wasn't who you are now. Now you are somewhere different than when you was when the world knew you, but I met you. So what am I entitled to?
It's just not gonna work.
Fuck out of here.
And it's not gonna work because of
hopefully it don't.
It's not gonna work. And it's not gonna work because of what potentially could happen with the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you're looking at it from this side of the fence, as far as Adesanya, and I don't want to bring race into it, but just think about how many girlfriends are present all across the world that's been there for years. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Stedman ain't married to Oprah. He's been around since I was goddamn born.
True. Well, so Oprah ain't said nothing about him. Well, Stedman ain't hit a couple million either though. Well, it wouldn't matter.
I'm just saying that, like, it's just an example.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna stick, bro. I don't.
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't think so, but I definitely hope not.
Because sadly, it's loopholes in so much shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's loopholes in so much shit.
Right.
That hopefully it don't. I put this up to here the other week because of course in a couple in not a couple, but in a lot of states they have phased out teaching Black history.
Okay.
But of course, your Christopher Columbus and all that other history on that side is still there. Asian history is now implemented into these schools, but you can learn about that. But your child is learning less and less about Martin, Malcolm, anything dealing with Black history. Like it's being that is being more minimalized year in year.
Mm-hmm. No question.
We've talked about it plenty of times on this on this podcast. I don't know what else to say about it, but it's just like, what more can we say? I mean, is it not evident what's happening?
It is. You're getting smacked with it in your mouth every day, man. They are trying to put a muzzle on what really shaped this country and what it is to today. And it's fucked up. You can teach that shit. My kids are going to learn this shit in school, but I can assure you my kids are going to know the truth.
When I talked to a couple of friends, they was just like, you know what, it's crazy because I had to talk to my kids and they know more about Asians and Europeans than they know about African American or African or Black people history in general. My child knows more about Christopher Columbus than they does Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. And I was like, damn, like that's crazy. My child holds such and such in a higher regard then they do such and such. When the first such and such will be somebody white, and the second such and such will be somebody black. And I'm like, damn. And she was like, I have to, like, I really realized that, like, I have to teach my kid or make my kid understand. And this was somebody in the South. I have to, that's what the point is. I have to realize I have to teach my kid more than these teachers are teaching my kid about African American or Black history.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you knew that when you went through grade school and you learned the truth.
Yeah,
you knew that.
Yeah, but we learned what they wanted us to know. What they wanted us to know. Maybe it was basics. Once you got older, you know what I'm saying, you learned, like, okay, that shit they was telling us, like, that don't even scratch the surface. It's a whole other, you know what I'm saying, like, realm that we ain't even learned. These kids probably ain't even learning the basics.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Martin Luther King was a revolutionary that fought for African American rights, and that's it. Does that tell you anything? They don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, as crazy as that sounds, for me to even tell you that, like, Martin Luther King was an African American revolutionary that fought for African American rights.
True.
Because a lot of these states aren't, they are making it legal to where they can't teach you about slavery and all this other shit. So then it's up to the kid, and maybe the kid want to learn or go outside of that. But then you was like, okay, well, the rights they were fighting for is for blacks to be treated equal. Okay. But are they going to dig into the information to where it goes deeper than, okay, well, why wasn't blacks treated equal? Or why wasn't this? Why wasn't that?
Right.
Yeah. What else we have? This was we ain't gonna talk about this. We'll do this later. I had this conversation with this lady, right? And we was talking about gays, gay men, gay women, right? And she said, I was having this conversation with my homegirls, and there was this guy that talked to us, and he was gay, but none of my homegirls knew he was gay. The guy was, like, physically attractive, aesthetically, he, like, you know what I'm saying, he checked all the blocks as far as in looks. But when they found out he was gay, they said, oh, he ain't man enough for me. So I said, well, okay, if the man, but she did say, okay, well, he goes both ways. So I said, well, if you like men and women, that's his preference. If it's your homegirl's preference that they only like men that like women, why would they say he's not a man? He's not, quote unquote, a man. You know what I'm saying? No, he's not a real man because he goes both ways. I said, well, that don't make sense to me. So what is your definition of real man, or what a real man should be? Because I don't know. I don't base it necessarily off sexuality, just like I don't base a woman's, whether, you know what I'm saying, I like a woman that, may bring another woman to me that's like, listen, hey, babe, she trying to come home with us. What you trying to do? I'm never gonna say, well, my baby ain't a real woman because she bringing another woman into the bedroom. So why are you and your homegirl saying he's not a real man because he might go both ways?
Well, I think that I think that whomever you were talking to or whatever, I think they're tying that into gender roles. Period, point blank. They're tying it into gender roles and what a quote unquote man is to them, or what they want a man to be for them, regardless. Once if they found out that the man was homosexual or not, it is what it is. Like automatically their minds went to what it went to because they thought that the dude was attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And once they found out otherwise, it's like, oh, he's not manly enough for me. Like that's common sense. That's just what it is, bro. Period. In my opinion.
And I thought the same thing, and I feel you because I don't give a fuck what nobody does in their bedroom and or outside, like, because it ain't my business. We all have kinks and all that other shit that we like.
Well, that's not a kink.
It's a preference, but I know I'm strictly woman. You're strictly woman. There might be some men that's listening to us that might be like men here and there, like women here and there, or whatever else. But I'm not necessarily gonna say, well, what should I classify that nigga as? Should I say, oh, you're not a real man or you're not a man because you don't only fuck with women?
No, you're not going to do that. But I'm just saying, that's why I said what I did. Yeah. They attributed that not being a real man to gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Damn, that's it. Panthers just got swept.
Who?
The Panthers just swept the Hurricanes, but whatever.
The Panthers swept the Hurricanes just now?
Yeah. Whatever. I would have loved to catch a Hurricanes game, but not in those conditions. But anyway, so I honestly, I don't think so. For me, I don't think that man's sexual preference dictates whether he's a real man or not.
No question.
And I think that's like stupid to put a disclaimer or whatever on him to say, oh, well, he's not a real man because the nigga may have fucked with a nigga in the day, back in the days, or, you know what I'm saying? He liked women and men or whatever else. Like, I don't, I don't know. And I don't know if it's this newer age into thinking, but I just like, I don't know. It just sounds weird to me because I don't base the sexuality off of him or her into what they are like, because if I can say, oh, the woman I fuck with is a real woman, she blah 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 blah, but guess what? If we out and she meet a bad bitch and she ready to bring this bad bitch, you know what I'm saying, home with us, that's still my woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between this nigga bringing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That shit is weird to me.
It's not right. Again, to whomever we're speaking on is talking about gender roles, and they're making gender roles and all of that, and they are mixing it with sexuality. Bottom line, that's what that is, and it's ignorant, and it's just stupid as fuck. Man, it's like there's no room for that. Real man, real woman, whatever the case may be. Who the fuck am I to tell somebody who a real man is if they're not a real man because they don't like women? who am I to tell a woman she's not a real woman because she doesn't like men? It's like, it is what it is. Whether I agree with your lifestyle or not, it doesn't matter. Who am I to say that to you? I'm fucking nobody.
Right.
My opinion means nothing. My
I
opinion
think,
is
yeah,
peanuts.
I think that whole conversation needs to be retired because
It'll never be.
you and you're absolutely right. It would never be because you and I cannot tell your definition of what a real woman is different than mine. Your definition of what a real man is different from mine. Like all this shit is subjective. It's all subjective. And I do think and we're not gonna get into it, but I do think religion has a lot to play into it too. But that's another conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day. I'll ask you this question. This is something I saw in there. We'll get out of here. We'll leave it. We'll end the podcast. What are the benefits in your mind of being vulnerable?
Being vulnerable with who?
To women, to your lover.
To my lover?
Yeah, to your lover. What are the benefits of you being a vulnerable man? Expressing how you feel, your feelings, what hurts you, what don't, all this other shit. What are the benefits?
Gotcha. I think the benefits of it is since that's something that is that's lacking when it comes down to men, period, point blank. I think me doing that and women knowing that it's lacking. If we're talking, we're talking. I'm talking from a heterosexual sense. You know, the saying or the stamp is that, or the hit that we got against us as men is that we're not open, right? So I think going against that, and the women hear it too. So I think going against that and being vulnerable about your feelings or whatever, it could possibly and hopefully build a stronger bond or a strong connection between you and your lady, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a positive, and that's what you want. Because if your lady is comfortable with you, the more comfortable your lady is with you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, doing right by her, relationship's gonna be cush.
Right.
It's really simple.
Do you have to build to that though?
Some do, some don't. It just all depends on your personality. Me personally, if you're asking about me, I'm not going to necessarily be completely vulnerable off rip. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a mental block. Maybe it's just the defense mechanism. I don't know. Whatever filler word you want to put in there. But I'm not going to necessarily do it off rip. I'm not.
And you know what? I echo the same sentiment, and I ask, is it a mental block or everything else you said? Why? Is it because women has made us felt different in the past?
No, you can't.
I'm not gonna blame women. Or is it because we don't want to be hurt because society tell us as men that we're supposed to be.
That's the one.
We're not supposed to have emotions or feelings, and you see it. You commented on my story the other day, like this shit is funny because there are women that post shit daily that men aren't supposed to do or whatever else. So is it because society says that we aren't supposed to be quote unquote basically human? We aren't supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like what is it?
Well, that's what I said before. That's, in my opinion, that's what I think. I think that it's based off of society and not only just society. I'm not gonna just say society, like we're giving motherfuckers a break. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's about how people are raised at home, man. Mm-hmm. And if if your great granddaddy told your granddaddy, you know what I'm saying? If your great granddaddy told your granddaddy, don't cry, men ain't supposed to cry, and then your granddaddy told your daddy, don't cry, men ain't supposed to cry, and then he told your ass, don't cry. What the fuck you think you gonna do? I told you just a couple of months ago.
Right.
I had to check myself, or Shonda checked me about Adonis because I said it, man, don't cry. You big boys don't cry. But she checked me quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it wasn't, she ain't cussed me out or nothing, but she said it in a way that I could understand it. And I sat back and I took maybe 10 seconds. And I said, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This thing is bigger than just society. It's in the homes, man. It's generational.
Yeah.
It's generational.
Absolutely.
Bro.
I'm with you. Yeah. And of course it goes a lot deeper than that, but I do think
I don't know what's deeper than generational, cuz
I'll start with men. We have to be more willing to open up, express ourselves, be more expressive, and fuck it, I don't give a fuck what anybody else think. This is how I feel, and I'm going to tell you. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are there, a lot of us are not. You know what I'm saying? I do think a lot of men need to get in that mind frame, that realm, and say, you know what? Here it is. Deal with it, don't deal with it. But I do also think a lot of women need to be willing to accept that. I can scroll my timeline, whether it's on IG or Facebook or whatever else, daily, to where women's be like, I saw something earlier today. She this woman said something about the nigga being soft or being emotional because he told her his feelings, how he felt. He felt like she wasn't giving her she wasn't giving him enough time that he wanted in XYZ, and she was like, I just like this shit is sassy to me. I just feel like I was at the gym working out. He felt like I was at the gym too much, blah, 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 blah. He wanted more time with me. But I'm thinking to myself, like, the nigga genuinely wants to be around you. He feel like he's not getting enough time with you. So why is it that he's being sassy? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do feel like women need to actually get out that mind frame to where, no, listen to this man and his feelings, what he want, how he feels. Because if it was the other way around, oh, the nigga ain't care without, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
we know that already.
We talk. We gonna be the dead horse. We talking to whoever. Because we are supposed to be a certain way. We're supposed to be the hunters, and we're not supposed to be worried about somebody else spending time with us. We're supposed to make them spend time with us, and we're supposed to be satisfied with whatever time we get and whatever affection and attention we get.
Right, facts.
That's let's get out of here because we'll make motherfuckers mad talking about that shit because we'll end up being soft and all this other shit. I don't give a fuck about it, but whatever. I do have some unapologetic truths, but I think I want to go off topic and spice it up a little bit with some questions I had. So I'll ask you this. Okay. But these shits are gonna be crazy. So, all right. So breaking up over somebody that you was accused of fucking with, but you haven't been fucking with. What's the time frame to fuck with that person after the relationship broken up?
That's wild.
So if someone said like I know, yeah, all right, yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Wow. I don't know if there's a time frame. I don't I mean, shit. I don't think there is a time frame because if you weren't doing dirt and you're accused of doing dirt, then shit, it all bets are off. If you want to fuck with them,
right?
You do it on your own.
Yeah. Listen, I wasn't fucking them, but you accused me of fucking them, so whatever. So listen, I don't get. It is what it is.
Nah,
we're not getting back together.
Ain't no time frame.
Right.
All bets off.
All bets are off. So fuck it. I mean, it's out there now. You accuse me of fucking with him.
That's wild.
Yeah. What's the next one I had? I had a couple in here. You know what? Let me go to this. While I look this up, I'll ask you this question. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to Bronny Jr. for his commitment to USC. Prom pictures came out. I'm pretty sure you saw them.
I did.
What are your thoughts? Because black women had a whole different opinion.
Bro, it is what it is.
Black Twitter, and black social media had a whole different opinion.
Fuck that shit, man. The man he's not brought up like how other people are brought up, man. The man want to go to the prom with, dog. You can't say on one end, you know, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut the fuck up because it's time for us to close this thing out. You can't be on both sides of the fence. You can't say you want equality, but when it comes down to interracial relationships, you don't fuck with that. That's equality.
Right.
That is equal. That is a branch of equality.
Right.
Seeing if you want to be seen, if you don't want to be pointed out as being or shunned for being black, then why the fuck are you shunning this man or this young man for going to the prom with a white girl?
Right.
It's fucking very contradictory. It's just stupid. Like, kids are gonna be kids. In order for us to bridge the gap, in order for us to do what we gotta do, guess what? Mm-hmm. There's going to have to be some interracial relationships. It's going to have to be like that, bro. It is what it is.
True.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's going to push it over the bridge. That's not or get us over the hump. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that, but there's no fucking way that is going to happen if there aren't interracial relationships. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's just my opinion. It's not going to happen because in order for this shit, in order for us to, unfortunately, and this is just my opinion, in order for the gap to be closed, excuse me, bottom line is the powers that be have to look at it from our angle, from our side of the house.
Okay.
How the fuck else are they gonna look at it from our side of the house? If they're not on our side of the house, how the fuck are they gonna do it?
I'm with you.
And if anybody can come to me and tell me otherwise, please come on the platform, comments, and let me know. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's simple fucking math.
Right. I'm with you because I feel like Bronny James is in the 1% or maybe less than the 1% of black kids in America. He is probably primarily dominantly around white girls. Okay. He's probably around the ratio of white girls he's around daily versus black girls might be 8-9 to 1, maybe if not more than that.
I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't really think in the sense of this. I think it's not about what you're around. I think it's about where us as black people want the world to go. Yeah. And I'm talking about, you said something about Black Twitter. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, even outside of us, because people think, okay, because people would say, okay, he has his mom is black, she's a black woman, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. But guess what? He's around such and such, such 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 such. So you kind of for better or worse, you're kind of a product of your environment. If I was around primarily rich white girls for the majority of my life,
okay,
that's all I see. That might be all I'm attracted. No matter if my mom is black, guess what? I don't see a representation of my mom daily outside of my mom, outside of, you know what I'm saying? Once I leave home, I don't see that at school, anything, because you are not attracted to your mom. I'm not attracted to my mom. Whatever else, when I look at women, I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? I can look at all these other representations, but when I am interacting, just like when we say, you know what, hey, you need to get that young man involved in some sports. He needs to play football. He needs to play basketball. He needs some interaction with men. If that young boy, like, you want to put him in sports, he's on a playground playing with girls all the time. He's doing this, he's doing that. I hate to go down that route, but chances are his interaction with men is not going to be as good as it is with women. We're not going to go there, but
the bottom again, in order for the gap to be closed, guess what? There has to be some sort of interaction and some sort of feel when it comes down to us versus them.
Absolutely. And that's why
when it comes to humanity, what is the predominant way to to join together? To intertwine. What is you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, we gotta stop that Black Twitter shit. We have to be real with ourselves. Like, you can knock down the door all you want to. You can beat that shit in somebody's head. But at the end of the day, the only way it's going to happen is, and I'm not saying that, hey, I'm all for interracial and go find you a white girl. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Not at all. Neither one of us.
But right. But what I am saying is, at some point, you can't. How the fuck can you sit here and say you want equality? I want equality, but it's still us, not them.
Right.
That don't make sense. You know what I mean? That don't fucking make sense. It don't fucking make sense. The boy went to the prom with who he wanted to fucking go to the prom with. So what? So what? We don't even know what the fuck. He's a fucking kid.
Right. Yeah. So, and to close it out, I'll say this. Date who makes you happy. Date and be with who makes you happy. But this girl that he was at the prom with, I'm pretty sure he has more in common with her than he does with the typical high school Black girl.
I'm gonna leave that one alone, partner. Because typical, I can't. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
No, he has more in common with that girl he was with at the prom than he does far as in schooling, how they live, what they go through.
You talking about? Okay.
He has more in common.
All right. I get what you're saying.
She can't relate to him on the
certain things,
but she can relate to him on.
Her probably got bread.
Absolutely.
Her parents, she probably lived the same. Well, not the same like Ronnie, because his daddy is one of the best players in the world.
So that's why he's in the 1% or less than 1%. Yeah.
But you're saying, as far as the lifestyle that has been given to them, they're probably on the same. I get what you're saying on that.
Yeah. Okay. They can relate on some other levels that maybe
I got you.
Him and Tandrika can't. I hate to say that name.
No.
We're not gonna do that. Yeah.
No. I understand what you're saying.
All right. All right. What is a deal breaker in friendships?
In friendships?
Yeah, in friendships. I can come up one right off hand.
I got one, just betrayal, bro.
Betrayal. Okay.
Yeah, betrayal.
Yeah, and that can lead into so much. Yeah. I tend to stay away from niggas that I see are thirsty. When I feel like, you know what I'm saying? When I feel like they got to try to holler at everything that's moving. You know what I'm saying? When we out, let's just say me and you can go out, we can have a good time, and it can be a lounge, a bar, a club full of men. It will probably never happen. But you know what I'm saying? We can have drinks, we can be cool, we can be comfortable. But if it's a nigga that's with us, that's like, damn, it ain't no bitches in here, it ain't no women, whatever language they want to use. We ain't having a good time. You know what I'm saying? If they feel that way, then that kind of bothers me. But you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it got to be women around in order for him to interact, have a good time. I'm just not comfortable with that. I do think, and I'm pretty sure you've been around it, there are plenty of niggas, men that will backdoor you for women.
Of course.
Absolutely. So I feel that's one for me. If a man feels like we can't do nothing, we can't have fun without women around, we can't be niggas, we can't be cool, we can't hang out, I feel like that's a big one for me. I don't know why, but I just feel that way.
Yeah, that's some sucker shit. That's why.
I feel that way. Not saying I really had a nigga backdoor me on some women, but yeah. I can't fuck with it. if so, and I think it's more or less if a man is desperate for some pussy,
right?
I feel like he would do anything to get it.
Facts. That's facts.
So I think that's the grand scale. I think if a man is desperate for pussy, he would do anything to get it. It could be your ace boom coon, your day one nigga. Well, I'm not even gonna say day one because day ones are different. But if that nigga is desperate for some pussy, he might do some shit behind your back in order to get that pussy.
That's what drives him. Say stuff. That's what drives him for sure.
Nigga cancel plans on you. Hey, Dre, we about to go to MGM Grand. Let's link up. Blah, 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 blah. You there waiting on the nigga. Oh, bro, guess what? Homegirls came through. Da, 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 da. You like, nigga, you could have told. I mean, it's a whole bunch of backdoor. You want some pussy?
Hey, look, man. Gotta close this out, man. My young boy up there calling me. I gotta get to him.
Yeah.
I hear him calling me. But listen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the home team. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my support system. Shout out to everybody that's fucking with us. Bruh, shout out to if you ain't fucking with us, you will soon. It's all good.
Absolutely.
Mental health is real. Myself and Reg, we may not be subject matter experts on the topic, but I can assure you before you harm yourself, Blanco, sit down, please. You're interrupted. Before you harm yourself or you harm others, please tap into our individual podcast, our individual IGs and or Facebook or Unapologetic. And we can get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
All right. Listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all for fucking with us. I don't know how them numbers ran up, but I do greatly appreciate it. keep us in the algorithms. Like I said earlier, like, share, subscribe. And you know, just even if y'all don't, we love the support. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rare that anybody would have an episode that jumps to that number, and you know what I'm saying, just like me and Dre, because I never expected that. But I do appreciate that. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Sorry we didn't give y'all an episode last week, but shit happens, life happens. But we are here. In the future, I will definitely try to make sure there's one in the clip so that we can put out to keep it going. But as we said, R.I.P. to Tina Turner, R.I.P. to Jim Brown. Condolences to the families, and you know, because they're definitely icons. It shaped a lot of the things that, you know, we live and love as far as an African American culture and the community in general. Yeah, as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Dre, Reg, we are out of here. We will see y'all next week. Continue to fuck with us. And we out of here. Unapologetic Podcast.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.